welcome to Shovelware Diggers. Our dig team is currently excavating the Softkey Shareware 2000 hit games 2CD collection. You can find a link in the video description listing the entire directory structure of this archive. Here's what our diggers have for week 287. For more information on how to join the dig team, simply follow the Patreon link in the video description. Now, without further ado, let's get to it. First up, Cameron Armstrong has dug up DOSGAMES /arcade/frenzy. Well, some kind of frenzy of some sort, I would guess. File id.diz, docfile, and an executable. Okay, so let's type out file id.diz. Super high-powered, extremely fast robot war game. Okay. You need lightning fast reflexes for this one. I could barely play it on a slow 2.8. Wait. This doesn't sound like it was written by the person who made this game. Okay, so it seems like the speed of the game is going to be dependent on things. So let's be prepared for that. Edit frenzy.doc. Let's see what we got in here. So gold flecks shimmer around you. You feel queasy. Starblaze disappears. You stand alone, a blasted, cratered landscape. 4 walls are seen in the distance, and above them, huge seating areas. You ponder. This must have been some ancient arena in the long-lost past. No matter, you tell yourself. Ice Needle detected fuel in this area, and you can't... Okay, I have to stop for a second here. First of all... We have some interesting character names here, Ice Needle and Starblaze. And second of all, the guy forgot an apostrophe on can't. And you can't go back until you've brought some up to Starblaze. Unless, of course, you want to orbit this rock forever. As you wander this bleak landscape, you come upon a number of strange floating gray monoliths, each consisting of 3 roughly meter-long slabs, each slab floating vertically above the others. As you approach the nearest slab, you are elsewhere. Okay, this actually goes on for a while. This is a lot of backstory here for what is probably going to be an extraordinarily simple game. Yeah, and there's like no instructions. This is literally just story. Like, we don't have any author information, like license details. We don't have anything. Okay, well maybe it's in the game itself. Frenzy. Okay, we've got Frenzy bouncing back and forth. Definitely seems like it's going too fast, so gonna slow it down. Okay, so we got instructions here. This is you. Move using the cursor keys. I can do that. Your enemy. They will follow you. You die when they touch you. Good to know. Pods. Collect for points and to fill your gauge. When gauge is full, escape this wave by entering flashing central teleporter. Which is the 3-line thing there. So you gotta fill up your energy and then you can leave the area. Okay? Bouncers, you bounce off of them. Use space to teleport instantly to center field. Okay, so you can teleport at any time you want, but only to the middle of the field. And apparently this game was produced by Scan and is $2 If you play it and enjoy it, send $2. Okay then. So I'm going to guess Scan stands for something. Maybe it has something to do with the author's initials or something. Who knows? Because we don't have an author name here. We just have the name of their business. Okay, so play. Noise? Of course. Get ready for wave 1. Okay, that, yeah, that actually goes way too fast. I have the cycles turned down pretty low. Okay, this is literally as low as I can make the cycles go without completely starving this thing out. So... yeah, this is going to be interesting. Oh, come on! It spawned me right on top of an enemy? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, so the way this works is that the enemies are kind of dropping pods behind them as they move. Wow, this control's bad. Well, it's because it's moving lightning fast. I have the cycles turned way the heck down. They do not go much lower than this. The only way I can get the cycles lower would be to manually close DOSBox entirely and manually input a new amount. Okay, let's at least see if we can... Well, actually, one thing we can do is we can use space to teleport and then get all these pods. Okay, that was a good idea. So we'll have the enemies make a bunch of pods here, and then we'll get them to chase me to the top, and then teleport and grab everything they dropped. And then accidentally run into one. Well, that was no good. And of course, it drops you straight to DOS when you lose all of your lives. Perfect. You know, I just noticed that the game actually starts you with 9 lives. I think maybe even the author realized that this might be going a smidge too fast for people. Maybe? I don't know. Okay, I got things a little stable again. So let's get them lured over to me. And then teleport. Ah, dang it. I'm trying to at least clear like 1 level. This moves so fast. I can't imagine trying to play this on literally any kind of computer. Okay, I got it stabilized again. Like, it helps when it starts me in such a way that... it spawned the enemy like 3 tiles away from me. Holy jeez. Hang on, I think I just moved diagonally there. Yeah, I was moving diagonally. You can move diagonally! It said to use the cursor keys, but you can use the numeric keypad to move diagonally. Really? Or actually, this seems like a good way to collect pods, is get them all to the top. And then we'll do the middle line thing. And now we'll get them to go down. And then we'll go up to the top. And take all these pods. And run right into that enemy, because of course. Okay, I'm close. Close. Okay, so I'm ready to leave. And there we go. You just have to go to the center, and you get some bonus points. And that's the end of Wave 1. I don't even want to imagine how ridiculous this gets. So yeah, that was Frenzy, apparently made by a company called Scan, S-C-A-N, which looks like it may have been an acronym for something. This game plays way too fast, and I've got a funny feeling that that's normal for this game. So I'm not entirely certain, like, if that was intentional, or if maybe there is something wrong with how this is being emulated. Like, it's not impossible. It's just... I generally don't run into a game that has speed issues to this extreme. So yeah, it'd probably be more fun if it didn't move at like a mile a minute. Or no, wait, a mile a second, more like. So yeah, that wasn't actually Cameron Armstrong's first dig today. His first one was a failed dig, DOSGAMES /arcade2 /H2H, and this one failed for one of the more annoying and common reasons. To start up head-to-head nuclear strike, place h2hns.com and h2sr.com and the... Ooh. Okay, so this looks like it's BBS software, which means there's a like a 50-50 chance this is going to work properly. Okay, so it's re-rolled them. Apparently this game was made by Paul Martino. So h2hns. Yeah, this isn't working so well. I mean, I guess I could try making that BBS directory it wanted. Okay, so h2hns, and still doesn't work. So yeah, I can't get this one working, so this is going to be a failed dig. Oh well. Next up, Cleverly Blonde has dug up WINGAMES /OGG /FC12. Not quite sure what to expect with this one. Maybe it stands for Flight Commander? Or it stands for Freecell. Wait, what? What? Is this like the... Or no, wait, this can't be the Freecell that comes with Windows. Because this says it's made by a Mark Allen? Okay, and apparently this is supposed to be registered for $5. Okay, so this is not... No, this is not the typical Windows Freecell. Because yeah, like if I go into... Actually, do I even have it installed? I might not have it installed. No, I don't have it installed. But yeah, there's normally a version of Freecell that came with one of the Windows Entertainment packs. So I guess this is an alternative if you didn't have that, or maybe this came out before then? I don't know, it says copyright 92. I think that's roughly around when the Windows Entertainment Pack came out. I'm gonna double check that. So yeah, it was Microsoft Entertainment Pack 2, which came with Freecell, and that came out in 91. So, well, I guess there is the consideration that the Microsoft Entertainment Packs would have been really expensive, and this is, well, $5. Also, it doesn't maximize properly. Like, if it was maximizing properly, the cards would space themselves out, but no, it has to be this size. And that's actually a very interesting point of note here. What happens if I shrink this? Ooh. Yeah, so one of the things to note here is that I'm using an 800 by 600 screen space here, but you scroll back to like 91, 92, the average user's probably going to be stuck with a 640 by 480 screen. Sorry, I had my thought cut off by a train there, but yeah, the average user is going to be stuck with a 640 by 480 screen, which means this window here isn't going to fit in that. Which means you'd have to use those scroll bars that showed up to actually be able to see what you're doing. Like, that would not be ideal. Okay, so what else do we have going here? We have change configuration, which allows us to change some basic options here. Number of columns, number of cells. Okay, that's interesting. So we could have like 6 columns? Interesting. So we could have a Freecell game that actually has different column counts. Like, could we set it to something insane like 16? Oh, only 6 to 10 columns allowed. Wait. Okay. That error message just completely locked up Windows. We're off to a great start here. Okay, mental note, do not go into the configuration settings, because that didn't go so well. FC12, okay. So here we go, we got the Freecell game up again. Let's see if we can not lock up Windows this time. So, do we actually have like different, well, specified deck probably just lets us specify like the randomization seed. It doesn't look like we're going to get to see any card backs, though, because I didn't see any settings for it in the configuration or anything. But, you know, so I actually kind of forget the exact rules to Freecell at the moment. So I'm going to quickly go through the instructions just to remind myself. Like, I mean, these aces are all buried up here. It's like, this is not an ideal one. Let's do new game. Okay, it gave us something completely random. Where are the aces? Okay, the aces are a little more sane to get to. Although, look at this triplet of queens right up the front with the jack right there, too. But we can get to one of the aces very easily, because we can just move this jack and this 2 like that, and there we go. It automatically did the ace for us. And I think we can move this 10 and this jack, and there we go. It automatically pulled the ace and the 2. And we can't pull any cards from these piles, which I didn't expect, but the question now is, where do we go from here? Okay, if I move this 5 to the holding area, that gets us that 2 of diamonds, that ace, and then if we move this set right here to this king, why didn't it move the 3 automatically? Shouldn't it have done that? Like, it was moving everything else automatically, why didn't it do the 3? Oh, that's weird. But anyways, if we move the king of spades now, then it'll get the ace of clubs there. So we've got all the aces off, so now we just have to get the rest of the cards. Okay, so if I want to do this, I think I'm going to have to get access to a king somewhere on here, so that I can lay things out better. Now I got this one right here, but it's burying a 4 of clubs, so we're going to need that pretty quickly. Like, this king could be useful, but I'd have to get rid of the 9 and the 7. And I'm not don't really have anywhere to put them. Like, I can put them down here, but where does that leave us afterwards? See, this is why there's supposed to be an undo in Freecell, because when you make a move, like, you may immediately regret that move when you actually see how it's going to play out. But whatever. Let's see if this actually works out. So let's move the 9 and the 7. And that'll allow us to move... Or actually, do we want to move this queen or this queen? I think I actually want to move this queen over, because then we can move this 9. That gets that heart off. And then that allows us to move this jack out of the way, which now allows us to move this queen. Or, wait, I can't do that? Okay, for some reason I thought you could move entire columns, but no. It supports this like feature where it lets you transparently move columns if there's free space in the hold cells, but otherwise it doesn't work that way. Which is kind of weird. I thought you could move columns in Freecell. I guess it just goes to show how much I played this compared to Klondike. Okay, so with that in mind then, I should be able to move that 5 here. And now would it let me do that? Yes, it will. Oh, I saw that. That was sneaky. Yeah, if you take a look, it only happens for a single frame, but you can actually see the card, the 9 card, like, jumping around because it's doing it lightning fast. And it's actually moving over to here and then back up. Interesting. And yeah, I'm kind of stuck again now. Oh well. So that was Freecell by Mark Allen. It's it's a basic form of Freecell. Is it better or worse than the one that comes with the Microsoft Entertainment Pack? Probably not as good. Like, not as well explained, but you know, I guess it does work for what it is. It's just, don't go into the configuration settings and change them to something that creates an error, because then you'll completely lock up Windows. And our last take for today from Alex the Rat is DOSGAMES /Arcade2 /Rocks. Either we're going to be rocking out, or this is going to be very mundane by comparison. I'm leaning towards the mundane thing. We got an order text, readme, and the executable itself, which is not very big. So let's start with the readme, which doesn't have an extension. So Rocks, an arcade classic revisited. Rocks requires a PC compatible computer. This is a common mistake I see, using an or a incorrectly, but whatever. And PC compatible computer equipped with a VGA 320 by 200 256 color graphics adapter. Wait, really? That was only like an 80 kilobyte executable. These are going to be very simple graphics for 256 colors. Anyways, we got our keys here. So K or left arrow to rotate left, rotate right, thrust, fire, hyperspace. This is Asteroids. This is Asteroids. And there's also function keys for help screen, high scores, toggle score display in case we don't want to see our score for some reason. And apparently written in C and assembly language. Compiled by the Turbo C compiler and TASM assembler, both from Borland. Note that this game is intended for use on faster systems, such as faster 286 machines and the 386 and 386SX computers and onwards. If play is too slow on your machine, then use F7 to switch off the score and ships display. So once again, a game with no proper timing going on. Again, I've mentioned this before, but timing things out on original DOS systems can be quite annoying to deal with, just because of the fact that there's no easy way to do it. And apparently this was made by a Kurt Decker, and they want a $10 for this game. And apparently there's a whole bunch of other games here that they made. Scud Missile Command game, KSI Kurt's Spaced Out Invaders, Viper the Serpentine game. This actually sounds like a whole bunch of arcade conversions of titles that this person probably has no license to. But whatever. Let's actually give it a try. So, Rocks. Okay, we did indeed go into 256 color mode, or EGA at the very least. Press enter to play. Okay. It even has, like, crazy sounds like, just like in Asteroids. What's the help screen say? Okay, we went back to text mode. So it's keys to use, and then the additional keys. Okay, so we got points values listed here. So large rocks is 20, medium 50, small 100, large enemy 200, small enemy 1,000, and bonus ship awarded for every 10,000 points scored. Okay. So back to the gameplay. And that enemy just got himself totally annihilated by the by that space rock. Man, we got some crunchy sound effects here. Okay, so far, not too much to say about this. It seems to be playing okay. I think it's playing a little fast, but, you know, that's fine. It's not too fast that I can't handle it. And if that happens, I can always just turn the cycles down. Okay, so that's level 1. Moving on to the next level. So one of the tricks with Asteroids is to try and limit the number of... Whoops. As I was trying to say, try to limit the number of big asteroids you shoot at a time. Like, try to concentrate on one big asteroid and then move on to smaller things. I mean, so far this is playing pretty well, actually. Again, a little fast, but not so fast that I can't handle it. And that enemy almost shot me there, but I'm okay. Still have 2 extra lives left. Start with 3. Okay, and it does seem to slow down a bit when there's a lot more stuff on the screen, which I guess kind of makes sense. Like, I can hold multiple keys at a time. It's not doing any weird keyboard buffering shenanigans. I'm failing to use my hyperspace in top. What? And I put my fingers back on the wrong keys. Well, that didn't go so well at the end there. But hey, I got 777 on my score there. And I also find it interesting that it just created the high score table, so all of the defaults have a date of today. Well, actually, 2 days ago, technically, because I'm recording this on a Monday. And I noticed here, too, that it's actually using a custom font here, whereas before we actually started the game, it was using, yeah, the system default font here. And it's actually keeping track of shots fired and stuff, too. Like, that's weird that it would switch to a custom font for... would switch to a custom font for the high scores and everything, but it's using just the system defaults otherwise. It's kind of weird. So yeah, that was Rocks. It's a Basics Asteroids clone that plays perfectly fine, actually. Aside from the fact that the speed isn't being timed perfectly. Like, that's not a big deal in DOSBox nowadays, but back on original hardware, that could have made things very annoying to deal with. So... and yeah, the collision detection actually seems pretty accurate too, so yeah. Apart from the speed variations, this game plays perfectly fine.